Well, I have some gray oyster spawn to inoculate. It's golden oyster spawn. I've used coral oyster and also blue oyster spawn, which have worked great. I've had a few issues with them, with bacteria being introduced and whatnot, and only having a couple flushes here in Michigan. So anyways, of course, I just sterilized my hands, which I'm gonna do again because I'm putting my hair up in a ponytail. I'll be right back. Usually I would use gloves, however I feel like they get in the way. So anyways, tonight we have some golden oyster spawn. Beautiful, beautiful mushrooms this produces. And then we have a rye substrate, spawn bag. Another rye substrate spawn bag, which was made 2 weeks later. And then we have a rice protein substrate, which I'm really excited to use because I've never used before. Each of them have the necessary breathing portion and then also the inoculating portion. This one I'm not too sure about because it's it looks like just basically like cotton mesh to poke this little guy through. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take these cotton swabs that we have and sterilize everything. And I think we're gonna start, I have 3 different needles. I'm gonna get each one of them prepped. Excuse me, I have 2 different needles. And then a pair of, I find it easier to use like a pedicure scissor because they are much tougher when it comes to cutting through thick plastic. Anyways, so basically what we're gonna do is really swab the shit out of these breathing holes and also the breathing holes on top of the bag, just to make sure they're sanitary and all around it. You want to use a different alcohol swab for each. Make sure your hands are clean, like mine. Particularly, you should be using gloves. However, I'm not going to. And then, well, let's do this the right way. Unscrew your syringe, pop it off. What you're gonna do is eject a little bit of this spawn, not that much, out of your syringe. Whew. And sterilize your needle. After that, use another one of your alcohol swabs. Thoroughly cleanse. Side of your syringe. And the fun part, like last time, is to poke through the barrier and inject your syringe into the substrate. And you're going to want to stir as you inject the mycelium into your substrate so that it's equally coated throughout the bag. And after about 2 grams of mycelium, you're going to want to close it up. Well, withdraw and also re-sanitize. Finally close the bag with another source of like tape, masking tape, if you need like afterwards. Release some of the substrate. Go through the entire sanitizing process again. Swab with alcohol. Fluff this one. This is the newer Library. Squish. Inject. Withdraw. Sterilize the hole. Replace on the other side. I'm going to open another alcohol swab because we've used about 6 already. And then this is the rice substrate. I'm going to re-sterilize that because it's been a couple minutes. Fluff the rice substrate to get some air in there. Re-swab. Release. And sanitize. Along with more alcohol. And puncture. So this is about 2 milliliters, cc's. I said grams earlier, I didn't mean grams, cc's. Draw. Replace the needle. Boom. Draw the needle if you can. Safety first. And sterilize the self-healing port on your bags. So basically, these bags are finished. You want to squeeze them around, shake them around, just shake it, shake and bake style, and then make sure you have the proper self-healing ports or tape to put over them. But for each, I feel like it's really important to inoculate and shake the riberries around, because I did not shake them around with this and basically got wet. And the wetness created mold in the top. There was too much moisture in this strain of riberry bags that I bought. Super technical. Anyways, so there you go. We're gonna set it in this tub that we have right here and clean up a mess and basically put them in the dark and let those little babies colonize mushrooms. A few issues that I've had over the past were, of course, this one. I had bacteria. I didn't sterilize it properly and basically turned to mush. This was a pink oyster spawn and it was magnificent. However, I decided to go on vacation after I put it under the humidity tent and started to let it grow, which is kind of a pain. It may still work after I chop it into pieces and rid it from the harmful bacteria. That's actually no mold. And the blue oysters, well, the blue oysters are the best. A ton of flushes. They're amazing. They're like the size of my face. But anyways, growing mushrooms is fantastic. It's not as difficult as one would make it out to look. Everything is very sterile. You have to maintain sterile procedures, but if you just keep your hands clean, keep all your instruments clean, then It's really quite a fun hobby, and one that produces tasty, tasty mushrooms. Good luck!